Right, hi guys, it's Whiskey Bravo 99. Come back today, as promised. I said I was going to do a baby bug out bag video, and I've done 2 baby bug out bags. So I've scoured through YouTube, I've gone through the ones that I have found, and I think you guys might be pleasantly surprised that as far as I can find, I am actually the only person so far that I can find myself to do one of the types of baby bug out bags that I have done with the bag I've used. Now, with my main baby bug out bag, as you guys would have seen from my previous videos, the bag I'm using for the main baby bug out bag is my old ETC bag that I had, which was the 30 litre molly pockets all over it. It was the one I had all my backup stuff that I was using to take to and from work and stuff like that. But I've converted it into the baby bug out bag for my partner to carry now, and then I have my own mini version of the baby bug out bag that I haven't found anywhere else the way it's been done. So I can only hope that you guys will like this video and give me some comments and some feedback and actually tell me what you think. The last few days I've had quite a few subscribers have gone through the roof. I think I've gained like another 15 subscribers in the space of 48 hours easy. And I just want to say a big shout out to Sparky Steve. He was my 100 sub. I got my channel up to 100 subscribers and he was number 100. So well done, Sparky Steve. Unfortunately, mate, there's no prize. But hopefully this can be a gift back. Hopefully you guys will learn something from this. There isn't many baby bug out bags out there. It's one of them things that I think is very underlooked. Fair enough, there's ones for children, and obviously babies don't stay babies forever, but for the good, 2 years of their life, in my eyes, they're classed as a baby, 2-3 years. So I've kind of adapted my bug out bag for the baby so that it will kind of cover me for... It's hard to explain it. I mean, this is just the beginning of it. There is extras that I'm going to be attaching to it. There's extra pockets. I spoke to one of my fellow preppers, Trojan Prepper, and I messaged him because Trojan sorted me out with some medical supplies before. So I messaged him on Google Plus, and I said, "Is there any chance you got some bits for a baby first aid kit?" And he said, "Leave it to me. I'll get back to you, and I'll sort it out." But obviously he's a busy man, so I don't pester him. But it's handy to have people like that, because fair enough, having first aid equipment for yourself and for children, but like from 5 upwards, you can't really, it's quite difficult to adapt a first aid kit to a baby. There's different things that you've got to have, there's different things that you require for them. It's not like myself or any of you others that would go in and smack a bandage onto a break or a cut or something like that. You need the first aid kit is different, and like I say in my lot of videos, first aid kit to me is extremely important. I have now about 3 or 4 different first aid kits, and I've got a couple of them scattered around the house. I got my main one that Trojan sent me. That's in my armoury cupboard that you would have seen in the other video. I've got one in my side pouch that I normally wear, a little mini one. I've also got one in the kitchen, and I've got one in my main bug out bag. So I've got them scattered around, but in my eyes, you're buggered if you haven't got a first aid kit and something did happen. It's better to have something than nothing. So the baby first aid kit is something that really needs to be adapted. I need to take time into what I put into it. I was quite lucky that when the baby was in the hospital, we had acquired some of the bits that the hospital had given us for basically what he would need. Now I've got them all in the baby bug out bag. And I'll explain a bit more to you about that when we get into it. But yeah, apart from that, the first aid kit's one thing that I really need to focus on. One of the bags that I have got spare that I'm going to be adapting to the main bug out bag that you will see is going to be holding these spare clothes and stuff like that. But I've got a selection of nappies. So there's different size nappies for the course of over the next year and a half, but then there's more stacked up elsewhere, wet wipes, etc. like that. So it's the main essentials right now. Obviously our baby's on a special milk. He's not on SMA or Cow and Gate or any of the ones that are shop bought. The milk powder that he is on is a specific formula. It's not cow's milk like SMA and Cow and Gate. There's no cow milk in it at all. It's a synthetic milk. It's basically lactose free, so there's no milk products in it. It's basically an amino acid based milk. Now we are trying to stock up on that because obviously we have to get that on prescription, but we get one prescription a week, which is 4 to 6 tins depending. And he goes through quite a lot of tins. He does one tin about 2 days, but obviously as he's starting to get older, because he's going to be on that for 6 to 12 months of his life, right up until he's about a year old. So we need to have quite a lot of that milk. But as he starts to feed more, obviously his milk portions are going to be cut down to about 5 to 6 months because of him possibly going on to solid foods. This is our worry, is whether or not he might become lactose intolerant when he turns into solid food. He might not accept dairy products because the milk powder that he's on is synthetic based. There's no real cow's milk in it. So we're quite sketchy on that right now, but no one at the hospital thought to even tell us that. We've had to find out ourselves by reading up on it, what's actually in it, and the health visitor telling us. So that's a big thing right now, that we need to be stocked up on that milk specifically if something did happen, because the way because he's so young and he's feeding at such large amounts right now, we need to make sure we got plenty enough stocks of them tins. And if something did happen and I had to go out and re-supply his milk, I know exactly where I can get it, I know exactly where it is, and it's only a 3-minute run and about a 5-minute walk, 6-minute, 7-minute walk, something like that, down the road. So if I needed that and something was happening and I knew I was pretty low on my stock straight away, I would take things into my own hands to go and get that, because technically my child would need that to survive. So that would be my first protocol. But I can't see us personally being in that situation. But you never know. Things can change just like that. You never know how quick something can change. But we keep a large stock of it. So we got up to about 9 tins now. So we get another 6 in 2 days' time. So we're constantly like building up the stock for this reason. And the best thing is, recently the missus has started going on about like prepping now, and she dropped little hints here and there. Oh, you could use this for your prepping, or you could buy that for your prepping, or this would work for putting in the bug out bag. She's slowly getting there, but I think I'm going to need to like hire a hypnotist or something to just like look into my eyes, not around the eyes, into the eyes you're under. Get her to do that. Convert her to prepping. I think that's the only way forward. I think deep down in her heart she knows that I'm doing it for a reason. I'm not just doing it to look like a nutter or to spend money or to blab about what I've got, because we all do it. And the things that have been in the news recently in this last week, like the Ebola virus that's spreading, you think that's getting pretty fucking close to home now. That's come from like one side of the world over to us. So that is too close for comfort for me, you know what I mean? And you got that Iceland volcano, that was a bit 50-50, catch-22. It was a bit weird what was going to happen with that. So it's the big things like that that just happen on a daily basis. You go to bed the night before, everything's fine, you wake up the next morning, something different on the news. Obviously I am the type of person that I don't believe everything that is said in the news. I think a lot of it is bullshit. It all gets blown out of proportion. It's all a pile of crap. They make a story out of nothing. And I tend to disbelieve a lot of it. And if I do want to believe into something more, then I will look into it further. It's like the other day with the Iceland volcano. The Sky News and BBC News were given a complete readout of this volcano. And I think someone put a post onto P2S about it, and I went onto P2S, and it was on the I think it was on the breaking news channel, or the For the Attention Of. Anyway, I went on there and I looked on it, and I clicked on the Icelandic news, and I was reading through a completely different story to what England's given them, to what Britain's given, and it just, you know, the UK have blown that story slightly out of proportion to make it sound fucking worse than what it is. Fair enough, it's a volcano on verge of eruption, but, you know, the Iceland news was completely different to what the crap that was being produced over here. So I very much disbelieve it unless I'll find my own information out to get it possibly from the country that it's coming from, to find out. And it is all hype to get people interested in it. But that was my phone, if you heard that. Bit of the good, the bad and the ugly on that. Can't go wrong with a bit of Clint Eastwood. But anyway, I'm going to stop yabbing now. I'm going to crack on with the baby bug out bags, right? Right, first one is, right, this one. This is just a spare, excuse me. This is just a spare, like, standard nappy bag. You know, every parent's got one. I don't know one parent that's got one. Now I'm going to be using this as the backup for clothes. You know, you've got a decent sized compartment inside of there. You've got 2 single pockets at the front. You've got a thermal pocket at the side, but I don't like these. These are crap, absolutely crap. But no bottle ever seems to fit in them. But I came up with an idea with these, right? Now, for those of you that are planning to make a baby bug out bag, completely forget about using this pocket for putting a bottle in, right? If you were in a stuck up situation and you were like, you know, there was help around and you couldn't get there, you know, you just cut that out and use that as a signal against the light. Or say like it was that cold, cut this off, completely cut it off in the square section with your knife or whatever, and place that onto the baby's head or onto their chest. Protect the vital organs, because that is insulated. It's a silver lined. It's basically like putting on an emergency foil blanket, one of them. But that would potentially give some sort of help towards a baby from freezing or signalling or anything. So remember that one. I thought about it the other day when I was looking through it. Got a biggish side pocket there. So this is going to be his main one for his clothes, and I'm going to have to readapt the straps and everything to connect onto the main bag. I haven't quite worked that one out yet. I'm just trying to fit this video into one of my schedules today. Right, this is the baby bug out bag. Right, it is my old EDC bag. You can't miss it. On the top, you see what this is. Now this is actually a picnic blanket. And the reason I held on to it, I found it when we were moving, but the reason I held on to it was it's fleece lined on the outside, but on the inside it has got, for example, like the same as that bag, it's got like the silver foil blanket lining at the bottom. Now for a baby that's going to make a bit of difference, because if they were cold, the way you would wrap it, those of you that would have kids, you know what I mean. You would lay it out flat, put the baby on it, but have the baby on the silver side inside, and then fold it over and then wrap it over, kind of like wrapping over a Christmas present, if that makes sense. You put one layer on, sellotape it, put the other layer on, sellotape it, and then the bottom corner up and sellotape it. So basically the baby's going to look like it's the way it will be folded, it would look like an open bag of chips, if that makes sense to anyone. And that's going to make a big difference for the baby. It's going to keep the heat in, and you know, it could potentially save the baby's life. So it's things like that. That's like £3–4 I think that cost me, and now that could be a lifesaver. But also as well, the silver side, same as the pouch, it could be used as a signaller. This here, now this turned up the other day. Now I ordered one of these. These are pretty much indestructible. £3 I think it was off Amazon, but it's a handy little thing to have. This is a child emergency first aid, and it goes for your child from 1 year to puberty. So what's puberty? It just changes every day these days. It's like from the age of 10 to 16. Half of the blokes that are in their 20s don't even grow up anyway, they're still in fucking puberty. This is a cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR and choking booklet. Now, it's made from like a reinforced little plastic. You can't cut it, you can't burn it, it can get wet and it won't damage it. It's attached with a little clip thing there, but it's like magnet locked there, so it keeps it closed. But then when you open it up, it comes into this little strip booklet. This side there is the choking. This is how to do rescue breaths, and then it says at the end, stop and check for signs of life, breathing, coughing and movement. If no signs of life appear, start chest compressions on a firm surface where possible. Please turn over. So it goes on to the other side here, and the other side actually shows you where to push on the chest compressions, how to commit to doing it. So you can see that there, and it goes across here. How to do the, I think I'm saying it right, the Heineken manoeuvre. I think that's how you say it. Just comment below if I've said it wrong and tell me. But I don't know. But yeah, it's a handy thing to have. So that hasn't gone inside the baby bag. It's actually clipped onto the outside. Because personally, if something's choking in a state of panic, you don't want to be rifling through a bag trying to find this little booklet that's no bigger than the palm of your hand to try and save a child's life. You know, some people, if you're tired and you're stressed, and depending on the situation, if something did happen, your concentration and focus and your memory is going to be all over the place. So that 30 seconds of you not concentrating and the baby or a child choking, you might forget completely what to do. No matter how hard that you might have taught yourself or been taught, you're going to forget it. It is the lack of concentration, the sleep, that you got the sleep loss. It's just everything takes over, and then it's the overwhelming, wow, shit, my child's choking, what do I do? And you just go into a state of panic. It is natural, it happens to every human being. So, you know, that there, even if shit did that, I'd just yank it straight off the bag. I wouldn't piss about trying to unclip it, I'd just yank it off. I have kept the little LED lights on there. Don't know why, but I've got Jurassic Park in my head right now. But yeah, I've got them there. That merely, now, I've changed it, obviously, it's not my EDC bag, but I've changed it, so a bit of lighting in case you have to change baby's nappy or whatever. So there's 101 reasons there and 101 possibilities of using them. Now, I don't need to take this blanket off, which is the best thing because of the way it's attached. So I'm just going to unclip this. Now, as you can see, my son is the baby Whiskey Bravo 99, so it is only fair that he gets his own England football badge, and he gets my name tag that I had done, which had, as you guys will see there, it says Reg 10 SW. That stands for Region 10, Southwest England. And then at the bottom, WB99, which is Whiskey Bravo 99. And the P25 at the top is actually supposed to stand for P2S, but P25 because obviously the name P2S is trademarked. But either way, if you knew what you were looking for, that would stand for the Prepared to Survive. That's my tag to stand out of the crowd as a prepper in a situation. So that other preppers, you know, could identify me. I got my 4-digit call sign name on there. You know, at the end of the day, if something did happen, we're all going to end up pulling together. So we'll all end up bumping into someone at one point, and at least if you've got some sort of identification on your bag, you know who you are, you know who you're looking for, you know exactly where you've come from. Go on eBay, there's a guy on there sells these personalised embroidery airsoft patches. They're airsoft patches, but they're Velcro backed, or you can get them with no Velcro, so you can sew them straight on. £8. Get whatever you want put on it. You can choose which flag you want on it. You can choose which colour you want the tag. £8. What's £8? You can put your blood type. You can put, fuck me, you can put your telephone number on there. It's not going to be no good, but you can put it on there. But personally, to me, that's my way of identifying this bag to my partner for the baby. So if there was, say, like a built-up crowd, and people rushing around and people getting dragged out their houses, I'm going a bit OTT here, but I'm using it as an example right now. Dragged out the house, my partner's wearing this bag, bit of a crowd. I'm thinking, shit, I can't see anyone. Everyone's wearing camouflage gear because the army's pulling people out, or there's people wearing camouflage gear. That's my identification in a crowd of my partner standing out. It's like people that go and park their cars in the supermarket and have them stupid little smiley balls on the top of their aerial so they can find their car. This is to find my son and my partner. So that's my identification. Anyway, I can't unzip this one fully because I can go everywhere. But there's a stack of different size nappies in here that goes all the way down the bottom of the bag. You've got smaller ones, medium ones, mid-size, and then large at the bottom. And the changing bag. There's about 70 to 80 nappies in this part here. So that compartment is just specifically stacked up for nappies. And as well, it's a little bit more comfortable on the back to carry. Right. Into the next one. Into this front one. Right. It's nothing specific, nothing spectacular, but baby needs to be clean. I went to Asda's, I got the bits for 40-50p each. You guys would have seen this. Head to toe wash, Little Angel's baby wash. Some baby lotion. And some conditioning shampoo. And then in it, I've got 3 packets of wet wipes, different wet wipes. These are just Smart Price ones. I think they're 47p for a packet of 80. So there's 8 is 160. Oh, sorry, 4 packets there. There's about 400 wet wipes. Yeah, about that, 300-400 wet wipes. And at the front there, got some Bonjela teething gel. You know, the last thing you want is a screaming baby in a quiet situation because they're teething. It's better to have it than not. And then these are quite fiddly to get out, so I'm not going to attempt to get them out and put them back in. But you'll see them in my bug out bag actually. It comes with me. But they're little syringes, little mini medicated syringes in the front here. We had them from the hospital left over. Just carrying your essentials of what, you know, every baby's different. So you got to carry what your baby needs and what your baby wants. You know, this isn't completely finished yet, so don't be messaging me saying you've missed this and you've missed that, because I know I've missed it. I just haven't got around to doing it. And then at the front top pocket here, got a little bar of baby soap. I think that was 24p, 25p. There's fucking nothing really. And then a pot of nappy cream. I think that was about 60p. Make sure there's plenty of time on the video. Don't want the same thing to happen as the other day. And at the front here, got some candles and some more medicated syringes. And I've got quite a few of these. These are sterilised bottles, and they are still sterilised in the packaging. And I'll explain that to you in a minute when I go into my bag, so that I don't run over time there. But yeah, you got like the main essentials there to get you started for a baby. It's just having it there and knowing what you need and stuff like that. It is a time consuming thing. It's probably actually, if I'm honest, it's probably harder building a baby bug out bag than it is building a bug out bag for yourself. that is the scary thing, and I will be honest with that, because I did this bug out bag probably about 5 times, 6 times maybe. I literally sat here the other night, I think it was end of last week, I put it all in, took it all out, redid it, and I had literally the front room floor here. She was upstairs in bed asleep, I had my son down here with me asleep because I was doing the night feeds, and I stripped this whole complete floor out with stuff. I had clothes there, I had bits there, bits there, bits there, and I was taking it out, putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in. I was trying to work out what I thought he would need and what he would want. So it is really difficult, because you're basically doing it for someone else. So it makes it harder, especially it's a baby that has got a medical condition because of what was wrong with him. So you've got to cater for that as well, and it does make the situation a little bit harder. But anyway, last but not least, this is my baby bug out bag, right? You guys would have seen the S10 that I had. I got another one on the way, but that would be another video. I had the S10 and I had a Haversack. Now obviously my S10's hanging on my door in my armoury. So I thought to myself, what am I going to do with my Haversack? So I turned my Haversack into my baby bug out bag, right? Because to me, my partner's got one, but then I've got one. I don't know what could happen to me, or what could happen to my partner. So if something happened to my partner, and she got left behind, and I couldn't get to this bag, what the fuck am I supposed to do if I've got my son with me? I've got nothing for him, absolutely nothing, and vice versa. If something happens to me, then what is she going to have for him if she's got him? So I've done it, so we've both got one each as a backup, and mine's mostly the backup one because I've got the bigger bug out bag, so how about to adapt my baby bug out bag, but a smaller version of it, but enough to keep me going if I have to. And obviously my partner's got the main one. But yeah, it's the standard S10 Haversack bag. And as soon as you open it, got nappies, wet wipes strapped straight into the top pocket there. Because I mean, I haven't come across a video on YouTube of anyone doing a nappy bag into a Haversack bag. Right, there's the wet wipes at the top there. So it's easier if you had to change a baby. You just pull it open, wet wipes come feeding out, perfect. Inside, got a selection of nappies. So I've used the space wisely that I've got, but in here I've got 2 bars of baby soap, and because this one is with me, I've done this deliberately. I've got a jar of baby petroleum jelly in with mine, just in case, because obviously I give petroleum jelly to my partner. She ain't gonna know what to do with that. Obviously it lights a fire, so it's a handy thing to have. But it's there, but you can use that for nappy rashing and stuff like that, and sores and blisters and bits and bobs. The same as the nappy rash cream there, it's just a cheaper version of Sudocrem. She's got the nappy cream, I've got the petroleum jelly, so you can use both on the baby either way. And then at the front here I've got 2 of these sterilised bottles, the other ones are in the main bag, and I've got 3 of these medical syringes. Now, I say the syringes, but they're sterilised, 1 ml sterilised oral thing, basically for giving medicine, breastfed milk, bits and bobs really. But they're great as well if, say, like you had a wound or something on yourself and it was infected. At least you had a syringe to suck the pus or dirt or whatever was in there. Right. Obviously, when my son was born, because of what was wrong with him, my partner had to start breastfeeding him because we weren't sure how to accept the milk at start. But he accepted it, and the hospital gave us like a load of these, and they come from the company SteriFeed. As you guys will probably see there. Now, the weird thing was, I went to buy some more of these the other day off of eBay. Now, these are sterilised. As soon as they come out of the bags, they're unsterilised. But you can put breast milk in them, you can put solid food, you can put already mixed cow's milk in it, like, or baby milk, you know, do anything with them really. Put water in it, filter water in it, all sorts. But I went onto eBay to look, just because I went to the company's website, and they're not cheap. They are really expensive bottles actually, and I was really shocked because I thought, well, it being a hospital, it's just going to be like some sort of cheap disposable bottle. But because they're in sterilised bags, they were more handy for what I wanted them. And obviously I only had a select few of these, so hence why they're in the bags and they ain't been opened. I went onto eBay and I found people selling these. And selling these used, second hand, because obviously you clean them, you sterilise them and stuff like that. And there was one person on there, it was actually more than one person, there was probably about 15 people on there that was selling these sets. And people were selling 10 of these for £29.99 with £6 postage. But then if you go on the website isn't exactly cheap either, because in bulk they are quite expensive. And all that is a plastic bottle. But it's because of the fact that it's pre-packed, it's pre-sterilised. It's sterilised on the outside of the bottle in the packaging, and it's pre-sterilised inside the bottle. So it's handy to have. I have got some sterilising tablets that I am going to be including into my kit. The Milton sterilising tablets, the ones you just add the cold water, 5 litres of cold water, and yeah, 5 litres of cold water, and you leave for 15 minutes. But there is a little trick. Break the tablet in half, turn it into a can't remember the weight size of it now. But anyway, if you got the a whole tablet does 5 litres of water, and it does 15 minutes. 15 minutes is going to be the same for half a tablet, but half a tablet for 2.5 litres of water. So if you had to sterilise a couple of bottles, or you had to like just do anything in general and you were very low on water, then you can half the tablet and you haven't got to like waste 5 litres of water, because once that tablet's in it, you can't drink that water afterwards. You can't filter it and drink it because of the chemicals that's in the sterilising fluid. So yeah, fair enough, you want your baby to have sterilised, clean stuff in a situation, but also you've got to think of the water usage, and you've got to think that you know, you've got to make the choice of that 2.5 litres of water to clean his stuff, or 2.5 litres of water to, you know, give him to drink. Everyone's going to be in a different situation, so you have to think ahead of these things. And that's why I kept these bottles, because they were pre-sterilised, so they would keep me going for a while. There's a lot more in the main baby bug out bag, but they keep me going for a while. That if I had nowhere clean them, ditch them. But obviously leave no trace, bury them under the ground. It's things like that that I do want to invest in more, but the price of them, and I mean, if you guys want to have a look, you see what I mean. They're not fucking cheap. I think even for the teats, for like 10 teats, it's about 13 quid just to fit them bottles. So they know how to make their money from it, that's for sure. But I bet you anything, the person who invented baby stuff, the people who did it, they're all fucking millionaires now, aren't they? Sitting back in their red velvet chair, laughing their heads off and smoking Cuban cigars, I expect. But yeah guys, anyway, that's the baby bug out bag. Like I said, it's not completely finished yet. It's still a work in progress. Everything you've seen now, I'll probably strip out of all these bags and end up redoing again later or next week. But yeah, with the Haversack baby bug out bag, tell me what you guys think. Like literally, just comment and tell me what you think. Don't be shy about it. Tell me if you think it's shit, if it's alright, if it's good. Rate it for me. Let me know, because as far as I can find, I am the only person to do a Haversack baby bug out bag. Unless you guys can find a magical person, I've tried and I can't seem to find it. So let me know. Tell me what you think. If there's something else you think I may need to add, let me know. I'm open to ideas. There might have been something I forget about. I've got like loads going through my head, so I can't remember everything. But yeah, let me know. And once again, just before I go, congratulations Sparky Steve for the 100 place mark of the 100 subs to my channel. Keep it coming guys, keep tuned, there is going to be more videos to come in. I am planning to go out tomorrow to check out the woodland that's near me. I got massive woodland and open fields that is literally 3 minutes around the corner. I mean, I can walk out the front door, take a left, go to about 4 doors down, take a right, 2 doors down, take a left in the field. So it is close for comfort. It is actually perfect. But because now obviously it's a different area, I haven't been into this woodland, there's a lot more houses built up around this woodland. So I have to be careful. I don't really want to start going outside my front door dressed in WB99 and MTP and stuff like that. I want to keep it very covert. Now Steve from Outdoor Review gave me the idea, because he's not a camouflage guy. He blends into civilization. He blends in with civvies, which makes him stand out, you know, better in a way, because he's not getting the attention given to him. Whereas if I went out the door dressed in WB99, I'd stand out like a sore thumb walking around the corner. But I've come up with the idea, like he said, with just the black boots, the black trousers, even just a black or grey or green or blue or pink or purple or yellow jumper, you choose your bloody colour, a coat, and like a little day sack, like a little backpack. Use that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, so people wouldn't get suspicious. I'm quite lucky that my main bug out bag I've got is olive green, so there's no DPM markings on it anyway. So that works beneficial for me, because I could just look like a normal hiker hiking through the fields, stuff like that. So it lets me pick up the area before, you know, so I know what's there and where I stand a bit. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm starting to get a real bit sore throat. I haven't been very well for the last couple of days. I had a stinking fucking migraine the other day that literally killed me out for about 24 hours. I was in agony. I felt sick. I love my curry, right? I absolutely love. I am a curry man. You put a hot curry in front of me, I will demolish it in seconds. When it comes to hot curries, I will eat a hot curry. And I'm talking, you know, ghost chili, Dorset Naga chili. You fucking name it, put it in there. I'll eat it when it comes to hot curries. But I made a lamb curry the other day, and I physically could not eat it. My head was pounding that much that just the smell of the curry was making me want to vomit, and it was horrible. And I hadn't had a migraine like that for ages. But I've had a sore throat, I've had a running nose, I had a cold. I just generally feel like shit, but do you know what? I've still picked myself up and I'm pushing on. You know, it's fucking life, isn't it? You can't sit around being fucking man flu. Don't want to be getting man flu. It could be contagious. You guys might get it through this video, so watch out. Right, anyway guys, take care of yourself. I'm going to love you and leave you. This is Whiskey Bravo 99 out. Thank you very much for watching. Keep the subscriptions, keep the views, keep the comments, keep the feedback, keep the lot going. Go on to Google Plus, find me. It's Whiskey Bravo 99, and I'm also here on YouTube. I'm back, guys. I'm back. What more can I say? I've got more gear. I've got more gear turning up by the day. I have got literally stuff. The postman is already pissed off with me because there's just parcels. Some of the stuff I'm getting I'll send back, or I've got it for a different reason, but I've still got my prepping gear associated in with it. So keep tuned. There is more videos coming. If I go into that forest tomorrow, that's going to be filmed as well. So you guys got a lot to watch, so I hope you're ready. But anyway guys, take care, God bless, love to you all, and I shall see you later. Whiskey Bravo 99 out. Thank you very much.